Hello there. I've seen recently, mainly on Discord, a few people who just kind of get frustrated with the bonuses in Void Rift and everything changing, and just in general figured, why the heck not actually do a Void Rift run with budget champs instead of having a Praetus carry me through everything. Uh, the gear I'm going to be using is endgame gear, so sure, they're epics, but don't expect to be able to just do this with early 321 gear. Uh, but gear deficit can just as easily be compensated with by actually using good champions. I'm just running this because it gives a good idea on what strats you can use and what could work for you. So yeah, just dump either you could do a fighter here, or if you have DPS that's strong enough, you can also just place one on one of these middle tiles. You're going to want a healer quickly to sustain the fighter if you do go the fighter route. Here we're going to have this guy from the right, which shall be at least started off by Maul. Maul, which by the way is just overall a great freaking epic. We're going to have more incoming from the right here. I don't think we care about healing, so we're just going to go with, say, a Greed right there. Nah. Put him right there. Also has the added benefit of slowing down these guys a bit, so we can tempo on Wrath. We're going to dump a Gluttony right here. Hold Maul for a little bit longer. And Mary could probably work here. Besides the fact that she won't do much damage, so probably not the best option, but an option nonetheless. And we're essentially then just left with two champions that don't really do anything, so you can put really whatever you want here. It doesn't genuinely matter. You could have some extra platform tiles for sustainability, CC, DPS. The world is your oyster, really. Do a little bit of CC right there. Probably should have saved that for the spawn on the top here, but he should be carried on his own. Yeah, we're fine. Maul gets his ult back quick. Throws another one, and basically just handles that on his own. And basically, voila. Any number, if you have just Abomination here or here, will probably work wonders as well. There's a plethora of options, really. And again, replacing any of these with 1, 2, maybe 3 legendaries will probably just make this run overall vastly easier, because again, the gear I'm using is not exactly super new player friendly. Wrath is in full Infernal Roar, Maul is in full Soulbound, Hollow has some disgusting healing gear. Vortex is actually probably a reasonably approachable one, I think. Yeah, it's just a bunch of HP and speed. Not even... I think I need to rebuild my Vortex, because this is a terrible build. Jesus Christ. Isolde is in some Guardian, but I didn't even use her. He's in just some random assorted HP. He's in just some random assorted HP, and Gluttony, sorry, Greed, I always confuse the two, has some Soulbound. So again, not user-friendly build, not new player-friendly builds, but they work. So that's roughly the gear I'm going to be using for the entirety of these attempts. So, yeah. Probably roughly use the same team here. Same concept applies, really. Get him all early down. Let's put him here so he has more coverage. Speed is so slow on times 2. Drop a Baron. I'm gonna have to go with a Zold after this. Baron's gonna self-sustain. Wait until that second one shows up. Pop that. Probably won't want to do that. And let's go with the Hollow here. So the ones at the top will need to be a little bit more tankier to survive these spawns. We should overall be fine here. Let's go with Wrath right here, I guess. Yeah. Perfect. He got the skull. Probably should have done this a little bit better, but it works out. Pop ult, and everyone's dead. This is where it might get a little bit more tricky. Might lose my greed. No, we're good. His attack speed is terrible. Alright, put a gluttony here. And then we can kind of just chill. The greed will mostly handle stuff now. There's probably a bunch that can be done to make Gluttony actually have decent damage. I just kind of didn't care. He works every time he does that. Every time he does his ult, he just does an insane amount of damage, so... But really what you... It's that early phase, it's a bit complicated. You just want some... The Baron works really well for this. Given good tank gear, Brock gear will work. A bunch of options work. You can also just... The way I usually do this is just stack strong AoE mages right here and just air through everything. And these top two can get stopped by just a fighter timed correctly. If you have strong enough mages down here, really, the top part doesn't really matter. As usual, Gluttony just lagging behind, which is good for me, because that way the auto run doesn't get saved. Alright. Moving on. Grab this real quick, and go back up here. Not be doing an auto fight. I'm gonna have to get rid of everyone. Because I did not prep this part. Vortex, Hollow, and where's his old? I'm blind. There we go. There she is. Probably not the best team to do this efficiently, but hey. Who cares? Let's do this. That. Toss him. Toss that. Fast forward. There's no timer, so really we've got all the time in the world here. Just need to survive. Which, actually... Yeah. Might as well just stack as many tanks as we can. Because again, we are not dying anytime soon. Maybe should have placed the DPS a little bit closer, but I'll finally be able to play with arguably my favorite champion as well, which is Liam, because he's 2-star and he carries content that is endgame. You can really use him on any content that has a boss with high HP. That's valid for Void Rift. That's valid for not the guild bosses, sadly, but that's valid for general content, like the campaign stages, if you can get a lead him to survive, are actually he's decent for that. The epilogue stages, I'm pretty sure you can use him as well. The gear raids, I mean, gear raid 3, he's, in my opinion, a staple in there. At least if you're like me and do not have Silas. If you have Silas, you don't care because you have Silas. Silas is a twat. And there we go. But then again, this is probably a stage where no one ever really needs help. Not sure how long I can actually just use the same comp. I tested on the first 2 fights just to get a vague feeling for what would happen, and it works quite well, but... What's the layout for this already? Right, it's this one. So... general stuff to handle here. I might want to mid-dan with epics. I'll figure that out afterwards. Oh, and now it... Alright. Well, it's keeping it. We can just go with this. What is the fight order? Probably want to put him here if I did put him there, but do I have enough cost to get away with that? With that guy being there? Probably not. So... guess we'll go with the Baron. If we're going with the Baron, might as well go with the Baron here. Actually, there's probably a problem with the archers. Oh well. I'll figure it out. $17. Yeah, that might be awkward. Well, that is almost certainly going to be awkward. Should have left the tank on the front line. Oh well. Yeah, just slam down a Wrath. That backfired. Oh, my strategy is not ideal, but... actually, matter of fact, we're just going to restart this, because this is a mess. So... probably want the healer. Alternatively, the healer there would probably be the best option. So... Baron... Ball. Nothing changes there. Archers will now focus Baron normally. Place Hollow. Hollow's going to get targeted by archers then, so we're going to place Vortex. That's unfortunate. So, they're still focusing that nonetheless, well, regardless. How much damage does this thing actually deal? Becomes the next question. Can I just place a Gluttony here? Probably. I want to consider that I can get away with that. Yeah, looks like it. And then the only quote-unquote problem here becomes this part, and Wrath should normally be able to absolutely wreck this. Yeah. Yeah, we should be fine. And then we can allow ourselves to optimize this a little bit more. Probably want to put down a greed around here. Who? Or not. Yeah. Place a tank now that we have our DPS placed. That's okay, it still works out.
This doll is outfitted for combat.
Probably could have done without the vortex, but we'll just keep him around. Or does that even make sense in the first place? No. Greed will be much more valuable to slow these guys from coming. And he kills them. Nope. Yeah, so you probably just want to bring Madan to make this easier, because she has that cleanse. And without the cleanse, it's a bit iffy. So I would definitely recommend just replacing Vortex with a Madan. Probably want to dump her where Greed is. Maybe just flat out not use Greed. How did you die? Well, archers will somewhat consistently be a problem, but again, that's fine. If you're ever struggling, you still have a spare tank. Wait until archers get into range here. And there we go. So, slightly hectic run, but the general idea is there. Just kind of block the bottom and temporize as much as you can, and then slaughter away at the top. Which one is this one? Alright, I'm going to take the time to make a clean one on this, so I'll probably make that a separate video and just interrupt this one here for now. But yeah, that's 26% of Void Rift Nightmare done with only epics and disgusting gear. Again, the point isn't to pass everything with epics, it's to give you ideas on how to approach this with, I want to say, reduced capacities in your roster or gear. So cheers, have a nice one.